right? Teamwork. We're on this little teamwork journey. We're going through the 5 dysfunctions, 5 behaviors of a cohesive team, program we teach, put together by Wiley and Patrick Lencioni's work. And we're on step 4 today. So last time we talked about accountability. Last time we talked about commitment, right? The team was going to be committed to something. Today, we're going to talk about accountability and why accountability is so important and why accountability is so hard. I would say of every team I worked with this program to teach these skills, peer-to-peer accountability seems to be the one that is lowest scored and hardest to change because of the paradigm mindset. We'll talk a little about that. But when everyone's committed to a clear plan of action, willing to hold one another accountable, right? Once we've agreed on the action plan, this is a place we got to hold everyone accountable. So we look at a few things. We look at a few things in the assessment. We talk about with the team. We talk about constructive feedback, and we teach and talk about and practice constructive feedback in the training session. We want them to feel a bit of pressure from their peers, and if you feel pressure from your peers to perform, you'll tend to perform a little better. We encourage team members to confront each other, right? In each areas of responsibility, let them know when things are going not well, maybe when things are going well too. And then team members question how team members do their work, right? Give them feedback on how they're doing their work. So let me share this change paradigm with you. The old paradigm is everyone is accountable and responsible or reporting to their immediate supervisor. See a lot of this in the Washington, D.C. area, a lot of old school type of companies, a lot of these folks coming out of the military, and you report up, right? So I report to my boss. I'm accountable to my boss. My boss writes my year-end evaluation, writes my quarterly reviews, signs off on my vacation time. I report to the boss. My teammates, nice people. I like working for them, but I'm not accountable to you. I'm accountable to the big person, wherever that person is. I'm accountable to the boss. That paradigm has changed. Now, the only way that peer-to-peer accountability works is if the leader is willing to keep and hold people accountable. But good teams don't rely on the boss to keep everyone accountable. A good team does it on their own, right? Even pro teams do this on their own. They don't rely on the coach to chew somebody out. Teammates chew each other out when they mess up, fumble the ball, whatever it is they're doing on the field. Team members do this also in the workplace, holding one another accountable. You've committed to something as a group. Each individual is committed to doing something as a team member, holding that person accountable, or team members holding that person accountable, either at the one-on-one level, or it could be even at the two-on-one level. If you and a teammate see that a third teammate is kind of not living up to expectations, do a little Zoom, do a little Teams, have a little meeting, say, okay, this is what we're seeing, give us some feedback, what's going on. But we really need you to do this. We're relying on you to do this. And that's the big shift, is looking at this sideways peer-to-peer accountability rather than top-down accountability. And like always, this takes practice. So we practice it in the room. We talk about it in the training room. We talk about it in the virtual room. We break people down into small groups. We show them how to give this feedback. But it's really a new concept, this new concept of peer-to-peer accountability. A lot of people just aren't real comfortable with it for numerous reasons. And depending on where you are in the DISC model, you're either more comfortable doing this or you're not real comfortable doing this. So again, it may take some practice. The assessment's really good about giving specific feedback to individuals on this process based on where they are in the DISC model. So it does give you some feedback where you are in the DISC model. But this is very, very important. Because teams that let things slide now, they're just going to get worse down the line. But again, this takes practice. And as I said, most teams need to work on this. Because what we're going to go to next week, actually not next week, but we're going to our next session, is results, team results. How do we focus on team results, not just on my own results, right? It's not just about me, not just about my own career. How do we get team results? And the way we get team results is by putting all the rest of this stuff together. We got trust on the base, right? We talked about healthy conflict, talked about commitment. Now we're holding people accountable for what? To get those team results. We want to get those team results. We're going to talk about team results in our next session. But that's it for today. We are taking questions. So if you have questions for me on HR training issues, management issues, leadership issues, I'm taking questions. I'll do one of those over the next few weeks, just Q&A. So send me a question if you're seeing this live. Give us a like. Follow us on our YouTube channel. And make it a good week. Practice peer-to-peer accountabilities on your team. I'm always here to help. So if you have a question for me, if you want me to talk to your team or team leader, I'm happy to do that too. This is Tuesday's Tips with Michael, live from the StreamYard platform in the studio known as my home office. Make it a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.